they say if you need to get something done, you have to call some women. If you need to get something done, you have to call some women. And I can't help but think about the state's attorney's office in Baltimore County. I can't help but think about the mayor of Baltimore City. And I can't help but think about the new attorney general. And you know, change is on the way now that women are leading the charge. Happy Mother's Day to all those women. That young lady at 35 years of age, well, she's going to be attacked. And we see the Fraternal Order of Police. These men that have done nothing, that have 111 murders at their hands in Baltimore County, now they want to attack the Attorney General. Well, let me tell you, we're going to have a man-to-man talk in Baltimore with the police department. You're not going to bully a young lady. We have in Chicago a state's attorney that they said undercharged an officer that walked out of his house and recklessly killed Mrs. Rekia Boyd, a 22-year-old woman that was in the right place at the right time. And an officer that called 911 that was off duty runs outside with an unregistered gun and starts shooting, hits her in the head, shoots another man in the hand. Our superintendent of police says he never should have been charged. Having a badge doesn't give you a get out of jail free pass when you go kill somebody off duty. I want good policing, and I respect the officers. And I do think going forward we need to re-examine and look at policing in America. Being a teacher, I know it's unfair how they're looking at the school system. I'm prepared to teach the class the syllabi and the course material. But dealing with the children that are homeless that are in the class, dealing with the children that are hungry in the class, dealing with the children that were socially passed on that aren't adequately equipped to do the coursework is a problem in the class. We cannot put all of the burdens in society in the classroom. The society needs help, not just the classroom to be graded. Are the police really supposed to respond to every domestic violence case? And then the couples get back together again. Then the mother and the father, the husband, the boyfriend and the girlfriend both need to go into a cell for a minute. Let's break up the cycle of pain. What is the officer supposed to do? Should it be a 5-year career as opposed to a 25-year career job? We have to re-examine what policing should be. Should they be able to work after hours and part-time hours? Should they be able to carry their guns after they left their duty when they're unsupervised? We need to re-examine policing in America so we can make it better and safer for all, for them to do their job and protect our community. When I think of Phyllis Wheatley, a young girl, 8 years of old, they said of age because they could only determine it by the size of her teeth, that was kidnapped from the Gambia in West Africa, and they questioned whether or not she had the intelligence to be a human being. The first African American to be emancipated in America, the young child of Phyllis Wheatley, and she went before the founding fathers, and she not only gave poetry, she spoke in an anagram. An anagram, you know, if you get the word lives and you turn the letters all around, you get Elvis, for example. She made a poem out of an anagram. She sat there, and not only was she intelligent, she's brilliant, God's child. And when I think of coming to Chicago, Miss Ida B. Wells fighting against police lynchings and torturing. We don't no longer have the lynching tree. People are using the electric gun as opposed to the electric chair. It's the same thing. We're a better nation than this. When you think about a good, strong woman, Shirley Chisholm had to run in 1972 just because it was 100 years later when women had not been fully emancipated. If women can be president in Israel, in Argentina, in Liberia, in Germany, in London, in India, when can they be president of the United States of America so all of our daughters can see a bright future? And lastly, I'm going to tell you, the Statue of Liberty was designed after an African-American woman. The French had given it to the Americas as a gift after the end of the Civil War. They said, now that we have taken the person that was placed in the lowest part of your society, the African-American woman, and now that we've passed the 13th Amendment to abolish slavery, let us exalt this statue and give you a statue of liberty. In their culture, this shows the height of a society, but how you treat the women. And as they had to raise money and time goes on, they started changing her features. But if you look at it carefully, you're gonna see a broken shackle wrist piece, and you're gonna see a broken chain on the statue. They changed some of the feature for more Greco-Roman-esque artwork, but it was made after a young African-American woman. I want us now to go forward in the spirit of liberty, and we've got a dynamic speaker today that's going to bring us a word from God. What would America look like? Because we have never, ever, ever seen an African-American woman under any administration in American history to ever be interviewed, let alone nominated, let alone selected to become a Chief Justice of the United States of America. We need an African-American woman's image and language and spirit on the highest court in the land. We can make that a reality in our lifetime. And a man now that I have great privilege and pleasure to bring forward, who's got to be one of the proudest fathers in America. And what I want to share with you, and where's my mother? Is she around right now? Okay, mom is not in here yet. And I want to say happy Mother's Day to my mom. I want to say happy Father's Day in advance to my father. And happy congratulations on her matriculation to my sister, little Jackie. In my lifetime, knowing my great-grandmother, Matilda Burns, I got a moment. Coming home from school one day, I was upset that I didn't get my messages. Somebody called me, I was looking for a call, and I asked grandmother what happened with the call. I was just used to her cooking and sweeping around the yard and the house and always getting up early and being industrious. And then I said, Grandma, you didn't write the message down. Then I had to ask Mom and Dad and say, what happened? And they said, well, you know, she can't read and she doesn't write. Grandmother, my great-grandmother, doesn't read and write. It wasn't afforded her the opportunity when she was growing up. But she did love the book of John and would like for that to be read aloud. But when I look back and seeing the industrious women in my life, and know that was great-grandmother, and she gave me a valuable economics lesson. She said, save, just save. And to see my grandmother Gertrude, at the age of 55, go back and get her GED. And at that time, I didn't have college aspirations. And at the age of 63, she graduated from Hampton University the same year that my brother Jesse and I graduated from North Carolina A&T. My grandmother and my brother and I, we all marched at the same year at the same time. Then she went on to get her master's at 65 years of age. Go, Gertrude. Never too late for career planning. Then to see my little sister at the age of 35 go on to get her PhD. In my lifetime, I've seen my family make a transition. And I thank you, God, for that. And your family can do the same thing. God bless you. Happy